What are you doing? Totally. Hey everyone, it's Rachel.
And Eric.
And it is currently March 12th, which means it is a year to the day when we started our build, which is honestly blowing my mind. But we're really excited to share this second to last video with you because this is our last build video of the build series.
Yeah, we just wanted to thank you all for watching and following along, for those of you who have watched all of these videos.
Yeah.
And wanted to say thank you to like all of our friends and our industry partners that have contributed product to the build and really helped encourage us along the way to tackle this big challenge. So without further ado, here is the rest of our interior build, and we hope you enjoy it. Okay, another day
in paradise.
Yeah.
So we have finished most of the insulation at this point, and we added some insulation on the side doors that open up and some molly panels on both sides. And then for today, we're going to be working on building a platform for the passenger side of the bed of the truck so that we can install the heater, the inverter, and then build out the platform for the fridge, and then measure out the dimensions of the drawers that will sit on top of that.
Okay, so we just cut these pieces, which are basically going to be the four corners. So what we have to do now is tap them. So tap them to 1/4-20, which is the type of thread, so that we can use the button heads to secure it. Yeah, we got to cut 10 of these 6-inch supports.
Okay. All right, so we've got part of this put together now.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, we had to revise the shape because we remembered that we needed to put the heater in here and we forgot to take the dimensions.
Yeah, into account. So it's kind of like an L shape.
Yep.
Okay, so now we need to cut these pieces. Basically just finish the box. So just trying to get the frame all framed out. This morning, drilled holes in either side of here and then put these supports. Awesome.
Eric has knee pads in his pants. Can you show off your knee pads? Look at that.
So maybe by the end of today we have the heater installed and both sides done. I think it's a little bit ambitious, but I think we can do it.
Every time we say, okay, it's a little bit ambitious, we get like half of the way done. So
this is gonna go towards the front. That looks pretty good.
Yeah. It's like totally coming together.
Yeah, you can envision it now, right?
Yeah. We are formulating our plans for the couch. So up here, we know for sure we're at least gonna do a drawer. Just a gigantic drawer that will probably end up being all of our kitchen stuff. One of the things that we were talking through right now, where we have all these blue painter's tape marked out, this is where we are considering putting some braces along the couch so that the wood paneling that we have on top doesn't warp over time. When we were thinking through what we actually want out of this space, we want to maximize the storage. Basically, this will be our door that we just kind of lift open like a hatch.
Nice. The blue painter's tape is really like
so helpful.
It's a very good like prototyping tool, actually. Like you can see where we've like marked it all out. Yeah, and so these are the cross braces, but it's just tape. And then over here we marked out where our extra battery is gonna go.
Yeah.
And then the heater will go right here. Just put the water pump on the wall there, like behind you, next to the inverter.
Okay. So now we are cutting out the wood for the top of the seated portion of the couch. And we have a scrap piece that works almost perfectly. So we just have to cut off like an inch here and maybe an inch on the other side. All right. We just tried it out.
Yeah, that
what do you think?
Pretty good. Dang.
Make room. nice. I can like, you can sit over there and I can almost stretch my legs out.
Yeah. Yeah, we can probably fit 3 or 4 people here, right?
Yeah.
3.5 people.
Easy. But yeah, I can almost, I mean.
Can you sleep there?
Given how much I usually curl up when we sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'd be really comfortable sleeping here, actually.
Nice.
Good job.
Thanks.
We just finished putting the passenger side together, and this is going to be the kind of the support for the fridge. We got the fridge in, but we were just basically checking to make sure that this fit, and I have to say it feels a lot more spacious in here than I was expecting with the fridge in, so that is very exciting. And so now we're gonna take the dimensions that we need for the 2 drawers that will be stacked here.
I feel like this is just pretty awesome. Like, and we're gonna have so much storage.
I know.
Like a ridiculous amount of storage.
But that was like one of our main goals initially, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
We were just saying that, you know, when we're trying to get change, for example, and when we're kind of in the aisle, like we'll be able to have both dogs up here instead of them just
Like
crowding us.
Them, yeah.
Yeah. I'm pretty proud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's something to be proud of, for sure. One of the mounts for the Truma comes with a bunch of different mounting brackets, and depending on the orientation that you mount it in, determines what you use. I mean, we can test it. Do you want to try testing it?
Sure. Oh, whoa. That's so nice.
Sweet. All right, it works. My wiring worked.
Yay! So the original plan was to have this section basically come up here where all the ducting would go, and then the drawers would be situated here. And we're just gonna flip-flop that. So now all the drawers will be situated here, and then the ducting will basically run up through here. Basically the ducting will instead kind of run up this way. Mm-hmm. And then we'll actually have a big platform now up on top.
It's a simpler solution. We're gonna do the exhaust for the Truma back here.
Yeah.
So it's gonna go out the back of the truck. So part of DIYing our own Truma setup, like typically they need to get installed by licensed professionals, which we are not. Dan, one of our friends, just was able to acquire a Truma and send it over to us. So I actually ordered the wrong size ducting. That's 65 millimeter ducting. For the intake and the warm air output,
it's 80.
It's 80 millimeters. And so we don't want to like just jerry rig anything because of all the instructions that Truma has. So we ordered 80 millimeter ducting, we ordered 80 millimeter vent, and that's what we will use for both the intake and the exhaust. Rach is going to drop off some Christmas presents at the post office. But while she's gone, I'll give you a little bit of a status update on what we were able to accomplish this morning. The frame is really starting to come together. The fridge is gonna go right here. We have the holes drilled with the T-nuts for the mounting plate already. And then this is what we built most of today, actually, was our drawers. And then here is where we're gonna put a panel where the heater output is gonna come out right here. We'll have our inverter extension cord with some 110 volt plug, and we'll also have the Truma control panel up here as well. This is our couch. This is not yet attached, but it's a little just a place to put your phone and stuff when it's charging. It also hides all of the electrical. So all the electrical is back there. So that will get attached to the sofa. This is actually gonna get cut out, and we're gonna have a hatch here. So this will be able to pull up. It'll be on gas struts. Down here we'll have a sliding door. All right, we got the utility box faceplates done. So on this side and on the far side we have these sliding doors so that we can very easily and quickly access what's underneath here, which in this case is the gas attachment and the kill switch for the Truma. So pretty handy to have this here. These do rattle a little bit, So we will probably end up Sikaflexing on the inside just to reduce the noise. Onto this couch side, as well as the drawer module that's going to be sitting on top of this.
We are back at it yet again. Today we're working on the couch and trying to measure out exactly how long we need the back to be. And just like that, we have a couch back. So
all the water and electrical lines are going to roll back there. This will be nice and hidden.
This will be like access to this gigantic storage.
I installed the gas struts last night. This took a little bit of trial and error, but yeah, we got that all figured out. Pay no attention to these.
It's all right. Everything will look everything will look very pretty when we're done.
When it's finished. Yeah. Let's finish this piece. Then let's
take off the
water tank and insulate behind it.
Okay, that sounds good. Well, ran into some trouble because two of the bolts were cross-threaded. So we tried to get this one and this one off with a breaker bar, but no success. So Eric is coming in with the big guns now.
Cut off wheel.
Ugh.
It's gonna be really loud. So
yeah, okay, I'm gonna let you do this. Yay. It's very frustrating to me when I feel like I make mistakes or something goes wrong, and it's hard to know if those were, I mean, they were probably cross-threaded when they were installed.
Cut off wheel to the rescue.
Yeah. The perfectionist in me is really coming out right now, and it's hard when I feel like something doesn't go perfectly, but
it's okay though, because they're all fixable things, you know. That's what's like so great about working on stuff like this, is like nothing is really permanent.
Except for Sikaflex.
Except for Sikaflex, yes. Sikaflex is forever.
Sikaflex is literally forever. Yeah. So I just finished up the insulation behind the water tank, and so now that that's done, we're gonna reinstall the water tank, and then then we're gonna try and install the molly panel on top of it. So let's get her done. All right, we now have all the nuts and bolts up here done, and now we are moving to the bottom. That took way longer than expected. Welcome back. The game plan for today is to finish up the drawers and put the faces on the drawers. And then we are going to put a panel of wood in the back that will kind of cover up the batteries. We're going to have the inverter back there too. So we just want to make sure that everything's protected and that it's a nice clean line, so it'll kind of match up with the Alu-Cab molly panel that we installed yesterday. So I am in the process of making the cushions for the couch, and I'm just using the old Alu-Cab mattress because we upgraded and got a much more comfortable mattress. And then this lovely Hamilton Beach knife. This works perfectly actually to cut this. So now I have this piece, this first piece. So let's try this out and see how it fits. That fits just about perfectly. We just finished cutting the bulkhead panel. Let's see how this fits.
It's perfect.
All right, just finished cutting the cushion, nice and squishy for the other side. Now I'm just gonna add the fabric, and I think we're gonna make some pillows too. Make it nice and cozy.
I'm out here in the garage with my mom, and she has been helping me just mark out and drill out the holes that we're gonna use to mount the wood to the actual extruded aluminum frames here. Thanks for your help.
You're welcome.
So this is my dad. While Rach and my mom prep the cushions and the throw pillars, my dad and I are going to remove everything else that's in the camper, and then we're gonna be drilling all of the holes in the floor plate and then mounting the HydroTurf. So we drew some lines on here This is where the center aisle will be, and then the modules will be on either side of these lines. We have cut most of the holes for the mounting locations for all of the modules. We just have 2 left, and I'm just gonna show you how I've been doing that. So I think there's 2 more here in the center. I've been taking a small flathead and poking a hole through. And then I got these little like leather punch things. It just cuts out a perfect hole. And you're left with this little thing.
Nothing like a little domestic activity. So we picked up some flannel for the pillows that we're going to be making. And I'm going to be learning how to sew, courtesy of this lovely teacher.
We'll make the pillows.
Yep.
And we will start the cushions. We may be able to get through a few cushions, maybe all of them. I don't know. We'll see. So this is an indoor-outdoor fabric that we're going to use to cover a couple of bench cushions and then seat back cushions. And then those will be sort of decorative throw pillows to put on the truck bench. And we're going to make the covers with zippers so that they can be removed and washed when needed. And this is like a weather-resistant fabric. So.
And I just finished pinning the zipper, the second half of the zipper. So we are gonna sew this in, and then this first pillow cover should be done.
Woohoo!
Nice. Looks great. Okay, so we'll create like a full loop and then sew the zipper.
Yeah, and then we'll just sew the 2 sides on. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. I think that's the easiest.
Thank you for standing right on top of our fabric. Do you want attention? Do you want attention? Come here. Let's go. Come on. What are you doing?
Totally gets it. Totally doing it on purpose.
Yeah. Oh, good boy. Out of here.
Oh,
Thank goodness. Looks great.
it does look good.
Today is my parents' last day here in North Carolina. So Rachel and my mom are gonna finish up the cushions, or sewing the covers for the cushions. They got 2 pillows done and they got 1 cushion done. But while they're doing that, I'm gonna actually clean out some of the garage here and then hopefully install the bulkhead panel, which is where all of our utilities are going to be. So I just kind of mocked it all up here. Got the inverter mounted. I've got the water pump mounted. This is the back of the bulkhead panel here, and I'm taking some of the thin slate and I'm just gonna staple it in the back. Hopefully this just expands over time and kind of fills those gaps.
We're marking the zipper, and then I'm gonna start cutting out the back cushions. All right, so right now what I'm doing is basting the zipper. So what that means is that I'm kind of setting tentatively where the zipper is gonna sit on the back of the back cushion. We will sew this on.
We installed the floor plate, which now looks really freaking awesome. And then we also installed the bulkhead panel and put the insulation behind it. The 2 DCS batteries installed, and the red arc mounted, and the water pump mounted. And then also fit the Truma. So the Truma is bolted down to the ground, as well as the extra battery that's going to be hooked up to the inverter.
I don't even recognize you.
Welcome to Eric and Rachel's meth lab.
That is definitely not going in the video. So this is what Eric calls the murder room. So this is where Eric is going to be painting, but look at this get up. The content we never knew we needed.
And I'm going to shake this for 2 minutes.
Shake, 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 shake it. It's like a shake weight. I feel like this could be a great reel at some point.
Let's see how it goes.
everything is done getting Raptor lined, let's show you what all the panels look like. So hopefully you can see here. I tried to do as fine of a texture as I could, so I went and cranked the air compressor gun as high as it would go, which was 60 psi, and came out with a pretty nice finish actually. Everything's starting to harden up. What that means is we can actually start finally installing stuff into the truck. So the water pump is mounted through the bulkhead panel, and I wanted to be able to shut off the water for like winterizing, so added this little ball valve here so we can turn on and off the water that goes to the water pump. Lots of work done tonight, but let's get the couch frame installed. All right, the couch module is in. It fits. Alright, it is New Year's Day, and I'm going to do my best to finish the truck today. So this is the couch back. I think I'm just going to put Velcro underneath, and that way we can lift this off and service either the plumbing or the loom. All of the wiring is going to go back behind here, so I think it might be easier, and that Velcro should just hold it in place. So before I install the armrest, I need to run all these wires. The power cord for the fridge, we have the RJ45 for the inverter, and then we also have the power cable for the water pump. So I'm actually going to move this and zip tie all of this together, and then we're going to put that behind the couch, and then we'll be able to keep things nice and hidden. This is going to be held in by a single screw here, and that will give us easy access to everything behind there from an electrical standpoint. All right, the couch is all but done. The Velcro is actually working really well to keep this in place. But next up for me is I need to now install our utility cabinet. That needs to go in first because I need to wire in the batteries and like work around the extruded aluminum. Probably do the exhaust right thereafter because that all needs to be installed with the cabinet in. I just roughly laid this out so that I could see where the exhaust for the Truma, it's this piece. There's an internal exhaust and then an intake. We are going to be attaching that right there where you see that white dot. That's where we're going to drill our hole. But we also need to drill through this panel so that the exhaust can pass through. Okay, so we've got the pass through drilled out here. And on this side, we have the exhaust hole mounted. It still is missing the cover, the cowl, but we'll put that on after. So now what we're going to do is install this and run all of the exhaust plumbing through these holes. Our exhaust flue and clean air intake is installed. Plenty of room for the plumbing. Okay, our utility module is bolted in and the Truma is totally installed. Hopefully this plus the insulation that we're doing inside the camper will allow us to camp more often and in colder weather. Let's go check and see how Rach is doing. What have you been up to all morning?
I've been sewing more, so I just finished up the cover for this wonky looking cushion. Yeah, and I'm just gonna test fit it to make sure it all fits, and then we'll put it in the truck.
It fits.
Oh, thank goodness. He said he wanted these cushions tight.
I know. They look great.
Oh, yes. It fits really well, actually.
Look at that.
Wow. Okay.
Good job.
Thank you.
Those look great.
Thanks.
All right, let's go put them in the truck.
Perfect. They fit great.
Looks good.
Cool.
Good job.
Yes. I'm very.
Now just the two backs, which are the easier ones, right?
Yeah. I'm very relieved that these
they fit.
turned out. Yeah.
I just need to wire the battery and the inverter,
Mm-hmm.
and then I can install literally everything else.
Dang.
It's gonna be done today.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Making more progress. The red arc inverter is now all set up here. So when I turn on the 110 volt here, you can see that the inverter also turned on. The switch is turned on to remote mode. And I tested it with our 1500 watt space heater and it did just fine. All of our batteries are hooked up. I have a breaker here connecting the positives for these batteries with that battery. And then I also have a fuse block that goes between that and the inverter. Because we have crazy hairy dogs, I don't want hair to get sucked in here all the time, especially because the back of the utility cabinet here is going to be open, so it'll be a natural collecting spot for dust and all that kind of stuff. I want to make sure that this works really well for a long time. I just grabbed some ducting and then bought just a cheap air filter on Amazon. And I need to find some way to kind of like hold it or strap it down so that it doesn't move. But this should provide clean filtered air to the heater at all times. Okay, top plate is in, and this thing's just flying around. Woo! Actually, let's get the fridge plate mounted for next. Nice. Before we do that, because we can't get back there, I'm going to mount the hose for the water pump. All right, plug the fridge in. There it goes. Compressor just turned on. And you can see we're pulling 3.8 amps, so about 4 amps. It's about the same as the Dometic, a little bit less actually. I need to run the rest of the wires. This is the last wire for the Truma, and it is for the temperature sensor. The Truma actually has a thermostat, so you actually set the temperature and it will maintain that temperature according to the temperature sensor. So the temperature sensor is they say you should be mounting it above the door, so that's what I'm doing. All right, that's what the Truma temperature sensor looks like. And I just wired it, and we're just kind of come straight down and into the drawer cabinets. Okay, so before we put the drawer module in, I just wanted to make sure that the Truma was working and everything. So we got it hooked up. Set it to 68 degrees and you can hear it. It is really hot. The air coming out of this is really hot. Like if I hold my hand, like right there is about where it gets hot.
Dun, dun, dun. Pillows are done. Oh, you have the heater going?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's so nice.
Wow, that's so cute.
It's so cute. I love it.
Yeah. It's freaking
Dang.
all put together.
Wow, the heater feels so
And
good.
it's set to 65, so
That's it?
it's not even going very
Wow.
hot. Yeah.
Wow. This actually makes it feel like a tiny home.
Yeah, right? I
Our
mean,
fast house.
also the fridge is on.
Wow. Oh my gosh. How are
Good
you
job.
feeling?
I'm feeling like I want to put those last 5 bolts in. And then I need to tighten all of these, but.
Yeah. This is so weird. I haven't seen you like all day.
I know.
And now we have like
a tiny
our
house.
camper is ready to go.
There's a lot of room in here.
I know. This is so great.
It really does feel like a little apartment.
Yeah. Wow. I'm so excited right now.
Me too. Like
Yeah.
it came together so well.
It looks great.
Yeah, you can like open the drawers and stuff. And then there's soft close.
Oh.
Yeah, this heater is.
That's gonna be awesome.
It's hot.
Yeah.
I mean, and then we can plug in stuff
All
there
sorts of stuff. I love that we did this panel actually.
on that side.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like it. Yeah, it's like everything's just central. And
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I really love how it turned out.
Me too.
Yeah.
We are here at Blue Ridge Overland Gear in Bedford, Virginia, and we're gonna put some finishing touches on the rig today.
Yeah, very excited. I mean, I think we'll be filling out at least some of the molly panels that we've installed in the back.
Yeah, we have a lot of space. I brought all of the other Blue Ridge Overland Gear stuff that we have, so we can kind of talk through things with Rick and Logan and Matt and Brandy and see what we come up with today. Let's go ahead inside and go say hi to everybody.
Yeah.
Hi. Hi. I think putting a couple of GP pouches on the wind door for eye and ear pro
would
be good, because
like smalls or mediums would work there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
What do you think of the Brog operation?
I'm very impressed right now.
So Cam here at Blue Ridge Overland Gear is helping us with a little bit of a custom problem that we have, which is our dogs keep climbing into the front seats. So they're actually going to make a canine containment fence that we're going to be able to install in our truck. So that's what we're going to do.
Cool. Buckles in all 4 corners. Top 2 corners are going to be attached to the post on the headrest, and then we'll find attachment points for the bottom, and the canine containment fence will be complete. So starting up top for the canine containment fence, we got just a loop of fabric here with a male Fastex buckle. So headrest post goes through here. We're going to add female buckles here and here, and then the bottom, we need some flexibility, right, for like how we want to mount this thing. So we got a ton of webbing, and we're just going to put a G-hook on it and a 3-bar slider to take up slack, and then it'll just clip in, and so it'll pull against itself. And so I think you'll be able to get like a really good like taut kind of like mounting option for all 4 corners for this thing, and I have some adjustability in terms of like the height. So yeah, let's grab a few more buckles and we'll run out to the truck and clip this thing in.
Cool.
Sweet.
Oh, well, I guess we'll just need one of these out, but that's fine.
Okay.
There you go. And like I said, the idea of being kind of high and tight.
Yep.
Brandy's about to want one of these too. Clears your vents really well.
Yeah.
And I like too that you got a little bit of slack here, because I'm assuming you're like
The
us.
seats will
like,
adjust,
Yeah,
yeah.
depending on who's here, the seats can still move. We have people all the time that are like, hey, the hook on my attic broke. That's by design. Let's say there was an accident or somebody gets in your truck and slams this seat into the recline, this is going to pop. So it doesn't break anything like a stitch or, you know, even worse, a component on your truck, which is way harder to replace. So it's kind of an engineered failure point. That's why we use these plastic hooks versus metal.
How was your day from your point of view?
It was great. It was so fun to see their shop and just to talk to everyone and see how some of the some of the products are packaged and put together, and anything for our organization needs, like, it's done. So yeah, we're in good shape.
Sweet. Well, we're gonna drive home because it's snowing.
And we're cold.
Yeah, it was a good day.
It was a great day.
Good job.
Me too.
All right, well, that's it. That was the last of our build footage, and as you can see around us, everything is like in its place, everything's moved in, and it's really tailored to how we want to use the truck, and we've spent a couple nights in it at this point already.
Yeah. And we're very excited because we have one more video in store for you. We're going to do a totally in-depth walk around with the interior, the exterior of the build, plus how we've moved everything in and why we put stuff where we did, just so you have a really good sense of how we like to use the truck and how we travel now.
Yeah, so keep an eye out for that last walk around video, and thanks again for coming along on this journey with us.
It's been a great one.
Yeah. See you later.